Hi, this is Denise with PaperKraftD, and it is day one of the fabulous fall YouTube Hop and Challenge sponsored by Cara Creations and DearJulieJulie. Today I'm going to take page one of Cara's kit and combine it with page one of Julie's kit, and we're going to make something. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to take Julie's day one and Cara's day one. I'm going to cut out all of Cara's ephemera. Some of this I might back on some chipboard and ink it up. This, I think what I would like to do on this is make a pocket to put in this journal. I think I'm going to do it, just fold this over like this. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll cut this off like right here and make this into an envelope to include in the in this little teeny journal. So I'm going to back the back of this with some of the really brittle pages that are in here. I'm just gonna glue them to here because it's going to be the interior of the envelopes. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and take out this text block out of here. Okay, so I'm going to do that by opening this up like this. And then I'm just going to cut like, this is really fragile. I like standing it up like this so I don't cut into the cover. All right, so it looks like the spine is not going to come off with this very nicely. It's a very thin, fragile spine, and I really didn't want to include it anyway, so actually I'm happy about that it turned out that way. So I'm going to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to make this into a coil bound little journal. These coils are too small, but I will use some coils to bind this. I've been really inspired by Tracy Fox and her coil bound journals lately. So for me, I'm actually kind of stoked that this worked out this way. All right, so I'm gonna save this little spine because it is kind of cute. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it in this project or not. Look at, how did it get pencil in there? That's really interesting. That was in the spine. How did it get pencil in there? Unless somebody was sticking a pencil down in there for storage. That's really weird. Okay. Anyway, that's kind of beside the point, but that's super fragile. So I'm keeping that out of the way. I'm going to keep the covers out of the way for now. And I'm just going to take some of these pages. All right, so I'm not going to worry about getting this glue all the way to the edge because I do have you know, a white border on the sheet. So, you know, in this instance, this is actually working to my advantage because then I don't have to worry about getting glue to the very edge of this paper and, you know, taking the chance of getting glue on my work surface. So that is actually working for me. Okay, so my main goal here is just to cover the back of this. Really not a lot of other rhyme or reason behind this. The fact that it's so, you know, fragile is working to my advantage because I can just kind of peel this off very easily. Just like that, with my fingers, nothing too earth-shattering. All right, and then when this dries, I will go ahead and make the envelope. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting out the ephemera. And okay, so I cut out all the little pieces and inked them up with Vintage Photo Distress ink. All right, so now I'm just gonna take this and let's see, I want to make it about as tall, maybe slightly less tall than this. So I think right where the owl is a good demarcation. Then that way I can use the owl somewhere else. So it's like 2 1/4. Okay. So I want this to be the top of the envelope. So let's see, I'm not going to crease these right at where this crease is, because otherwise that'll just be too low, right? I mean, it'll be like in thirds, and I don't quite want that. So I'm going to make it a little bit wider. This cover is like 4 inches wide. So I'm going to make this envelope like 4 inches wide. I'm just putting the 2 edges together so that they're symmetrical. So more or less like that. And then like that. And I could trim that edge if I wanted to. Just want to ink up those edges. And that will go, you know, like in the book like that. So it won't be quite as tall as the cover. So that's kind of perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to make a couple tags here that I'm going to use elsewhere in the book. And I kind of liked like these two together like that on one. I really like this one. I think that's really pretty. And then I've got some other tag labels. These are just from the dollar store that I could use, or let's see, maybe even something like this. This is from, I think it's an Artie Mays printable. Okay, so before I take this to the sewing machine, along with this, I want to make a little insert for inside of here. So I'm going to use some of this rice paper. I get this at Daiso. It's like $1.50 for 60 sheets. It's a great deal. 5 3/4. All right, so this is like 3 3/4, basically. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I want to add like this to the top of that and kind of sew that on. So I think that'll look really pretty. Kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So just gonna take top of this, add a strip of glue. All right, so I've had this for a little while. It just is like some graph paper that I had used to sop up distress ink, like excess distress ink. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and figure out how wide this needs to be. So like basically right there. And that just adds, you know, a little bit of a little more writing space and just a little bit more interest on this when you open it up. There we go. And if that hangs over the edge a little bit, that's okay because it still looks kind of cool. And then I might do some stitching all the way around this. So this will fold up like that and go inside of this envelope like that. So that'll look kind of cool. All right, so I have this extra piece here and I've got these 4 pieces of ephemera here. Okay, so I want to use this strip up. I'm thinking I'm just going to kind of fold it in half. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use it at this point. But I'm going to kind of fold it in half like that. And then maybe add this to the back of it. Maybe overlap it like that. That's kind of cool. All right. Maybe I'll ink this up first. That, just like that. And all right, so now I've got to do something with that side. So maybe I'll just add that there. Okay. Okay, so that goes like that. And then, so that could go over the cover like that, or another page, or kind of like it over the cover though. And then lift it up. I could put paper in there and have a place for writing. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of this now since I've used that. But I do have some of this as well, which I really like. Obviously, my steno notebook, paper. I've got a little bit of this paper, which is really beautiful. Really like the way that's all layered up. And then you've got paper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. Okay. And that can just go like right over this like that. I really like that. I think I'm just going to sew it right across the top right there, like that. So I'm just going to take a little clip and put it on there for now. Okay. That just leaves me these two ladies, which do I want to add it to this anywhere? That's cute. Okay. And let's see. I've got this, which I really like. Really like that. All right, so I'm kind of trying to cover up these awkward white spots there. This, I'm not sure I want it so. Okay, so it feels like it needs something else across here. So I'm thinking maybe a label? I don't know. Let's see how it works. Does that unify or detract? I can't really tell. I like it overlapping the lady slightly, but not totally. Do I want it to go over this? I don't think so, because I really like that there. Okay, so I'd say no to overlapping. There we go. All right, yeah, I kind of like that. And I'd say I really like this over that. Yeah, I really do. Yeah, that looks really good, actually. Just adds a little more texture, interest, whatever. Go that way or that way. Not sure it really matters, but I like that. Do I want to do the same thing over here? I already added the lace there, so I'm not sure I like the lace in both places. No, I like it just the way it is. Okay. Okay, so I think that's good now. I got that there, maybe a little word there would be really cool. I'm gonna do that after I sew it. Let's see how it looks then. Okay, so I have this little extra piece of the binding here, that little piece that fell off, so I might just add this onto here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe there, or even there. Oh, I like that there. Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac just because this is on a shiny piece. Paper. This is so fragile. Oh my goodness. All right. There we go. All right, yeah, I like that. Okay, so I did, some stitching all along here. I did stitching all along here, and it's definitely not perfect stitching. It's just, it is what it is. I like it has this little design here. Now, I did stitching in white on this one, and black on all the others. This is now a little bit too wide for the envelope, so I'm gonna have to trim it down. No big deal. Just kind of get my ruler and okay, so I have some of this pre-made aged tape. Just add that right there. That'll reinforce it, and I don't have to redo it, so I like that. And then this should fit in here. Just put the whole thing in like that, because I want this showing. It'll go like that, and then like that. Okay, so that's one piece right there. Here's the piece that I was going to use over the cover, maybe, or another page. So it'd go over like that. And that is kind of not, yeah, now it's not centered, so that's good. And then you go over the other side. All right, so it's got paper, journaling paper here, just like this, like that. And this can be, glued onto the front, or, just lay it over the page like that. I could put it somewhere else. I don't have to put it on the cover. I could put it anywhere. But I think that looks pretty cool. I really like that. Okay, and then I have two little tags that I'm going to use elsewhere in the journal. Okay, so these are my makes for day one. Thank you for joining me for this week's fabulous fall YouTube hop. Remember to click on the link for the next video in the hop in the description box below. Each week, our creative team called the Fabulous Fawns offers new videos that provide ideas and inspiration to use the fabulous fall collaboration kits in your own projects. Please show them that you appreciate their efforts by watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. We hope you play along. It's really not too late. Links to the collaboration kits are listed in the description box below in case you haven't gotten yours yet. Complete instructions for this challenge can also be found in the Google Docs link in the description box below. The dates for the challenge are listed above. Cara and Julie will have prizes for everyone who completes the challenge. Remember to use the hashtag JNCFall22 when posting to social media so we can find your work, give you some love, and so you are eligible for the prizes from Cara and Julie. You can also use this hashtag to search for ideas and inspiration from the Fabulous Fawns and all the other challenge participants. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the description box below, and if you feel inclined, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram channel, and I have a new Facebook channel as well, which doesn't have a lot at this point, but if you want to join, that'd be great. We can share our love for for journaling there. All the links will be in the description box below. Thanks so much. Again, this is Denise with PaperKraftD, and craft on.